Hey everybody, Preferred Selection here, back with some Rogue Legacy today. We have our character that we started making last time. Well, picked from a choice of 3. I don't know if you'd call that making. So, we finally got a Paladin, which is something that I've been wanting for the last few episodes. Our Paladin has some... Excuse me, pardon me. Throat's a little bit scratchy. Our Paladin has some weaknesses. You'll notice that I have 130 health instead of 155. That's because my character's unfortunately using his MP instead of his HP as his health. That said, I think we're going to do just fine, because we now have a double jump at our disposal, which we picked up a couple runs ago. And more importantly, ooh, that was a tough dodge. Thank God for the slightly long invincibility in this game. Ooh, what do we get? Knight chestplate, that's going to come in handy. So even though we're half dead, because we picked up a vampire rune in our last run, we now get 2 health for everything we kill, which can be extremely handy. I'm pretty sure I need scythes to do this, so we can't actually do this. I really don't like these fairy chest styles where you have to basically have like a mage with magic swap or something else really good. This is a double heal, so it's worth remembering. Heals for 2 chickens worth of food. Weird sentence to say, I guess. Gotta be a dwarf to get through that. I'm gonna go explore a little bit more Castle Samson before doing any... Yeah, I can just, yeah, alright. So I wasted a little bit of that, but easier than backtracking for it. And one thing I want to keep in mind when I record is momentum, because I know that I like to really min-max when I play games, but whoop. Sometimes min-maxing is so okay, but sometimes you have to... Man, it feels good to one-shot Doom Trots, finally. I don't really want to fight that guy. Finally, we are, like, we haven't really become that much stronger. The only reason we're suddenly one-shotting things is because we're a paladin, and paladins are just really good. Could go down there to mess with him, but I don't really see the point. I think we might have another not-so-good trait, but I can't remember what it is. Some money for us. This room's usually not too hard, but I'm going to save it for a little bit. It's usually very slow. This game is procedurally generated. These castle layouts are kind of random. You start to recognize rooms that you've been to before. This might actually be a decent time to fight the boss. We're pretty strong. I could come back in a little bit just to see if I can get... maybe a tiny bit of heals in this room. This room looks a little dicey. As long as we have good control of ourselves, we'll be alright. We have almost full health, and we could easily mess that up, so I'm tempted to go fight that boss. Kind of got away from me a little bit. That's okay. Yeah, I feel good about this character. We're still, you know, not one-shotting everything. You've probably noticed that enemy health goes up by... Oh, what's it called? Not... I've been playing too much Isaac. I want to say Ludovico's number, but Fibonacci. Fibonacci's number. Your... Oh, that was poorly timed on my part. The enemy level goes up according to the Fibonacci sequence, so you start with level 2 enemies, then you have level 3, I think. It might skip 3. Then you have level 5, and then 13, and 21. Or does it go 13 and 19? Maybe it's not Fibonacci at all. Maybe I've just been oversimplifying in my brain. Is it maybe primes? Does it go by primes? I don't know. Let's not worry about it. As I predicted, I wandered around a little bit too much, and now I'm kind of almost dead. You know, I've got a good spell. I could probably fight the boss and maybe be okay. I get so much more loot if I wander around a little bit instead. First boss is not too bad. I haven't fought him in a long time. One of the things I don't like about Rogue Legacy, if I'm gonna make a complaint, is that I don't like that you can't really refight bosses. Like, it was one of the things that people asked for early on, was the ability to refight bosses, and the developers kind of listened, but they kind of didn't... They added something, but they didn't add the right thing, in my opinion. So it used to be that once you fought a boss, he was just gone forever. Like, you couldn't fight him again. Even though they were really fun, they all had unique soundtracks. Like, this game has great music, and if people can't refight bosses, you're depriving them of, like, 4 pretty awesome songs by... Oh, who does the music for this? Is it Chris Connolly or Darren Korb, or... I know Chris did Risk of Rain, and Darren did... I want to say Bastion, and the... Oh, I'm so bad. I'm not going to try and remember composers right now. But whoever did the music for this game is good. They did some nice stuff. So, you know, I want to recognize that. Probably take damage doing this, but... As Bisnap would say, it should be free. Basically, if you get hit, it's your fault. No, we're all right. Let's head this way. Okay, so this is going to be these guys, who, of the mini-bosses, are actually not too bad. I mean, they're pretty serious. But I would rather fight these guys than a lot of other bosses. Alright, we died. I'm not worried about that. Maybe not the best way to handle that character, but it happens. Ooh, okay, so a choice between a barbarian with basically no traits that matter, mage with knockback, and a mage with OCD, and a decent spell. We haven't played mage yet, but I really don't want to, and this spell doesn't deal damage, which means that, yeah, I mean, it's still fine. I cannot wait to unlock Hokage. Or Ninja, or whatever it's called. Do I go... Maybe I have to upgrade the Barbarian to get to it? Yeah, our Barbarians are Barbarian Kings. Okay, there we go. We've unlocked the Shinobi. We're in really good spot. It's funny that unlocking Shinobi gives you crit chance up as a next thing, because Shinobis can't crit. Haggle makes Sharon cheaper, not really very good in my opinion. We could upgrade Mage to get the ability to switch spells, which is actually very good for getting fairy chests. It turns your Mage runs into not useless runs. It also means that we're not entirely wasting our money. So, you can press Y, toggle through some spells. I guess we don't get all spells. We don't get access to everything. I think you used to. But we just get Scythes, Chakram, and Stopwatch. That's still reasonable. I think I'll start with the Scythes. I love giving Sharon 0 money, or however you pronounce his name, it feels good. So this run, I might honestly kind of throw this run away. I'll try and get enough money to upgrade something. But I really don't like Mage. I'm not going to try and get hit on purpose, but I don't like Mage. Back to two-shotting Sharerites. Don't feel good about that. Or, yeah, whatever those things are called. Yeah, the Mage, I mean, I think your magic attack does get stronger. You obviously get a ton more MP, but, I mean, you saw me try and fight with magic in the last room, the last, like, room where we died, and it's just, magic's okay, but it's not. Maybe I just need practice with it, but I've played this game a decent amount, and I've just never really been a fan of the magic or felt like it was that good. And I'm not someone who you guys have seen me play Terraria. I will play I have nothing against magic. I'm actually slightly partial to it in games where I have a choice between, let's see, is this a straight? Okay, so I pretty much want to keep fall pretty regularly down. Got hit. No big deal. Gives me an excuse to take damage with a character I don't like. I'm not gonna try and die. Try and get this chest before we die. Alright, let's use this. I mean, that's kind of good. It took like half our MP, but I mean, we have OCD. This might actually be a good Mage build. OCD is probably one of the best things you can have with Mage. We're getting a ton of MP back when we hit. Is that normal? Like when we kill an enemy, we get 6 back. I don't know. I don't have very much equipped right now. I've got 2 runes. Like 1 piece of gear, so I don't know what's doing that. Maybe we have like 2 pieces of armor. But, I don't know. Can't complain. You can see why I like the lifelink abilities in this game. When you only get healed for honestly, this run has not been that bad. As we... Ooh, that's wild that the projectiles are still there. Yeah, when you only heal for 1/10 of your health, 7 HP right now. getting a big heal from, or getting little heals from enemies is a big deal. Yeah, foreshadowing Grey Knights is not where I want to be when my character's level 16. But, you know, now that we have the... got hit. Now that we have the Hokage, we should be, or Hokage or whatever, we should be in much better shape. Because it's not Hokage, is it? It's definitely, Okay, so now we have a... I forget what the one is. I think it was with the DLC. The DLC which I just insulted and then lost my train of thought on. Knave's not bad, but we don't want to be a knave, I don't think. I don't like playing as giants. Yeah, Paladin seems fine. No Hokage for us this time around. Let's go look at what we can equip. Yeah, our sword doesn't give us magic. Our helm doesn't give us magic when we hit things. That would give us a lot more armor. Still no capes, which is making me kind of sad. So armor's nice. It's a little expensive. It would probably be just enough to get us through that boss. You know what? Let's make more permanent upgrades than buying armor for right now. I actually want to spread out our... I don't want to unlock the miner just yet. It's tricky. You know, I'm going to go ahead and actually buy that chestplate. I've talked myself into it. Can we equip it? Yeah, we've equipped it. Alright, it's just very gray, so it kind of looked like it was grayed out. The remainder of our money. Looks like we should be able to afford that and that. So we can now carry a little bit more gear. And we upgraded our health, which is nice. Alright, so we're going for the boss this time, I think. Oh, right, this is the one sees things weird. I'm fine with that. No big deal. Kinda cool. Just cut me hit there because I wasn't noticing those spikes, but, you know. Is what it is. A little bit of health. I like our damage situation right now. Do a lot of damage. But yeah, as I was saying about the DLC, one of the things that people really wanted in this game, or at least I wanted, was the ability to fight bosses multiple times. The same boss multiple times. What they gave us instead was very interesting. They gave us remixed, harder versions of the bosses. But, I mean, that's not quite... It's cool, but it's not quite the same as being able to go fight. I don't know, it sounds like I'm splitting hairs, but the remixed versions of these bosses, you don't get to fight them with your... You don't get to fight them with your character, you get to fight them with like a loadout that they design, which again is neat, but it feels like a very like a side challenge. And having an extra little side challenge is very different from the ask of wanting to, you know, fight the same boss over again. It also doesn't help that all 4 of those new challenge bosses are too hard for me. I don't like it when these guys shoot through walls. You know, because it kind of... You expect that they can't, but then they can. Good time to talk about the item we picked up. We picked up Hermes boots. Hermes boots are one of the best things that you can get from those little... I don't know, those shrines, whatever they are. They allow you to stand on... Ooh, I'm excited about this. Yeah, those iron chests are usually... Blood Cape's pretty good, I think. Maybe. I think it like drastically reduces our health, but for some benefit. I'm not going to take on the boss quite yet, because we're not... I want to wait until we have, like, 900 gold. Because 900 gold gets us to where we can, like, level up twice once we get out of here. Like, for sure. Level up twice, maybe buy that cape if it's good. Maybe we'll clear this room and then go do the boss. It's been a while since I fought him, so there's a good chance I don't beat him. Yeah, Hermes boots. With Hermes boots, you can stand on normal spikes, but you cannot stand on... You cannot stand on those pressure-activated spikes. They'll still hurt you. You also cannot, like, run into spikes in a... If that makes sense, you can't... You can't, like, if spikes are on the ceiling, you can't just smash into those. Okay, boss time. I don't really like our magic weapon for this, so we're just gonna kind of go melee and try and dodge. This boss is kind of like Mom's Heart, or It Lives in Binding of Isaac. It shoots out those things, which hit me for a lot. And they have a lot of knockback. Oh, man. Didn't even see those there. Yeah, you want to kind of just run around and be somewhere that you can hit them. You can see why... Not doing so well on this guy. We might win, but we basically can't get hit again. This attack is the easier one of the two to dodge. Ah, man. Alright, well, we came really close, but yeah, that's why I wanted to do enough stuff that we would at least be able to level up. Electrophobia means that we have to kill our health ups. They can actually damage us and run around. It's really annoying. Baldness, Stereo Blind is really good. Shinobi with no map and a vision trait. I like Shinobi, but I'm not going to try it out for that. I don't like the vision traits. Stereo Blindness is not that bad, as far as they go. Alright, let's check out this Blood Cape. We get 1 point of vampirism, but we lose health, and we can't equip it anyway, so... Good to know that it's there. I think I've definitely used it in the past, but... What do I want? I think I might... I don't think I can buy health twice. I think it'll go up to 410. Went up to 440. Did they go up by 50 each time? Jeez. Magic damage up I bought just to see if it unlocked a tree. It didn't. I feel good though. Paladins I like. We have a health up. We gave up that run a little early by taking on the boss. I think I'll probably make this run the last one of the episode. See how it goes. Eventually these runs will get really long as we start clearing the castle. Yeah, stereo blindness just means that enemies can they kind of flip around in a weird way instead of just playing in like a normal kind of 3D. But it's, I mean, it's a little distracting, but it's not. Can't complain about it compared to the other. Man, that's these thingies are giving me, even anticipating it, they're giving me more trouble than I'm used to. I feel like I dodged all right in that boss fight. Could have been better, but could have been worse. It's a hard boss. You need to be a little tanky to deal with it, or you just need to be really good at dodging. I've certainly seen people take it on and just, you know, not get hit. If we hang around this room for a little bit, yeah, we think we got health from those things dying, even though we didn't kill them. Sometimes if a spiky ball gets trapped, it will just dissipate. You know, I would actually like a dash soon. I would like to buy a dash rune just to... Let's pray for some assistance again. No Hedgehog's Curse. Hyperion's Ring is fine. That revives us if we die. It kind of incentivizes me to go fight the boss again, but I really want to clear the floor and fight the boss. I don't know when we're going to fight the boss. You kind of have to... You sort of have to give up a run to do it, or you have to end a run prematurely. So there's one of these that you can do at just base speed, but I think you need a dash to do this specific one. I mean, you obviously do, because I just ran straight at it with no hesitation. Yeah, I really don't like how a lot of the fairy runes are... Basically, they amount to, do you have this equipped? There's not really much critical thinking, it's just, do you have this equipped? Some are better than others. I honestly love the... I get most of my fairy runes from running into rooms that just say, defeat all the enemies. You know, that's... They're usually a little bit harder than you'd expect for whatever area they're in, and that's a good challenge. I mean, I guess maybe it's too... It's not one of the more interesting fairy runes because you're just playing the game, you know, you're... The whole game is about, you know, sacrificing a character for better damage in the future. There is a chest over there, so I am gonna have to... Oof. This stuff all gets a lot easier when you have more damage. This might not have been worth it for a chest. Okay, that wasn't terrible. Probably not worth 210 gold, though. Squire Cape. That'll probably be a cape that we put on since our blood cape is very heavy. Whoop! That's my fault. Gotta acknowledge when getting hit's my fault. I mean, it almost always is. I've seen people play this game and just not get hit at all. So I guess what I mean is, not only is it my fault, but it's an attack that I would often expect to be able to avoid. Oh! Now let's try and get out of here without taking a hit again. That room, surprisingly, can actually be good for farming HP because those things can die. Do we want to sacrifice health to get this? We'll probably get hit twice, so I'm thinking no, actually. We'll get hit on the way in and on the way out. And we saw last time that 800 gold didn't really allow us to level in a way that was very satisfactory. I mean, it allowed us to get 2 levels, which is what I wanted. So I don't really want to go fight the boss now because I don't think I'd win with my current amount of health. Be a little dicey. Okay, so I want to go kind of like... It's backtracking time, guys. Or not backtracking. I guess I didn't really do this room. Thought I did. Maybe I just kind of hung out in here and... Oh! Just wasn't paying attention. Alright, then we go up. I'm gonna try and go over to the second area and, you know, get a little bit of gold. Second area is not too hard. It's about exactly as hard as Castle Samson. That's not where I wanted to be at all. Sorry. I'm bad at backtracking. That was really poor timing on my part. I should have thought about that. Getting hit by spikes really adds up, because spikes do about twice the damage of enemies. You will notice, though, that our... Wow, that was just terrible of me. So I could trade my magic weapons in. I'll go ahead and trade them in because I never use the big sword. I mean, I never use magic, but... Ooh! That was clumsy of me. And now we use Hyperion's Ring to come back with 25 health. Or 25% health, so... 43 it was. That's good. I wouldn't have wanted this run to end so early. Even though we are at about the time these videos are probably going to be about half-hour long for the most part. A little bit of health. Time to go into the second world, which I don't think we've actually shown off. This is a good world for, Sorry, concentrating a little bit. Good world for farming up some money, because enemies will drop more than they did in the last world, or the last area of the castle. I feel weird calling this a section of the castle when it's... I mean, I guess it's the gardens or whatever, but to me it feels like going outside. Yeah, this area kind of introduces a lot of new enemies, but none of them are really hard. It's a lot of the same stuff. These guys can be hard. Those guys with the big tower shields, they will send you flying if you hit their shield. But you just have to be smart about them, they're kind of like knights in Zelda, I guess, except that you can do damage to them through their shields. You just do like half damage. Silver chestplate, I believe, is a Area 2 exclusive. I think you can get it in Area 3 if you like get there way early and don't have it yet. But you can't get it. Ugh, that was tough. Should be able to do... Oh, no, a little too sloppy. And now I might die in this area. Yeah, that was a harder room than I thought it would be. Slinging by a pupil. Hey, but at least we're getting steadily into 2 rows of enemies. That's kind of nice. I think I'm going to save the next character for the next episode. So there's no good stopping point for Rogue Legacy because you just like click through and you're like, yeah, move on, next run. So it's really hard to stop playing Rogue Legacy. But we're gonna save the next character for the next run, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.